People comply before they realize a decision was ever made. This happens because the first frame placed on an interaction defines what resistance will cost. The behavior is early framing through certainty, where one person states a direction as if it already exists. It works because the brain prefers adjusting to an established path rather than creating a new one under pressure. In practice, this means speaking first with calm finality, using statements that assume agreement is normal. This reduces objections because disagreement now feels like disruption, not discussion. You will see this used when someone outlines next steps without asking, then pauses. When it is used on you, you feel late, slightly off balance, and pushed to catch up. Authority is accepted faster when fewer reasons are given. This is because explanations invite evaluation, and evaluation invites resistance. The behavior is controlled under explaining, where only the minimum logic is offered. It works by signaling confidence and reducing openings for challenge. In practice, this means stating a decision or boundary without justifying it unless pressed. The interaction shifts because others start adapting instead of debating. You will see this when someone delivers a short statement and stays silent afterward. When it is used on you, you notice discomfort and an urge to fill the gap or comply. Pressure increases when time is quietly reduced. This works because urgency narrows attention and collapses alternatives. The behavior is time compression, where decisions are framed as needing resolution now. It shifts the interaction by making delay feel risky and action feel safe. In practice, this means referencing schedules, windows, or next steps without asking for permission. The result is faster agreement because thinking feels expensive under time pressure. You will see this when someone mentions deadlines casually and then waits. When it is used on you, you feel rushed, slightly anxious, and less precise. Influence strengthens when expectations are set before behavior occurs. This works because people adjust to roles they believe have already been assigned. The behavior is preloading expectations where competence or compliance is assumed in advance. It changes the interaction by making deviation feel like failure, not choice. In practice, this means speaking as if the other person is already aligned and capable. Statements are delivered as confirmations, not requests. You will see this when someone thanks you for agreeing before you have agreed. When it is used on you, you feel pressure to live up to the version of you they just described. Control increases when silence is used as a response, not a pause. This works because silence forces the other person to carry the interaction alone. The behavior is strategic non-response, where nothing is added after a statement. It shifts power by making the speaker appear complete and the other incomplete. In practice, this means stating a position and then withholding any follow-up. The silence creates pressure that often produces concessions or over-explanation. You will see this when someone holds eye contact and says nothing after speaking. When it is used on you, you feel exposed and compelled to repair the gap. Influence grows when effort is unevenly distributed. This works because the person investing more becomes psychologically invested in the outcome. The behavior is effort asymmetry, where one side works harder to maintain alignment. It shifts the interaction by slowly assigning value to the person who seems less concerned. In practice, this means limiting explanations, messages, or follow-ups while staying consistent. The other person compensates by adding energy, justification, or reassurance. You will see this when one person remains steady and the other starts chasing clarity. When it is used on you, you notice yourself trying to earn stability or approval. Control increases when agreement is implied through structure, not words. This works because people follow patterns before they question meaning. The behavior is procedural alignment, where the format of interaction assumes compliance. It shifts the exchange by moving focus from whether to act to how to proceed. In practice, this means discussing logistics, order, or sequence before consent is explicit. Once structure is accepted, resistance feels awkward and out of place. You will see this when someone moves straight into details as if the decision is settled. When it is used on you, you realize too late that you are already participating. Influence sharpens when emotional labels are applied before facts are discussed. This works because labels shape interpretation faster than evidence. The behavior is emotional priming, where a feeling is named to guide how information lands. It shifts the interaction by making disagreement feel insensitive or misaligned. In practice, this means defining the situation as reasonable, urgent, or disappointing before details appear. Once the label is accepted, facts are filtered to match it. You will see this when someone frames your response as supportive or difficult in advance. When it is used on you, you adjust your position to avoid the label they set. Compliance increases when responsibility is subtly shifted without announcement. This works because people default to fixing what feels assigned to them. The behavior is responsibility transfer, where ownership moves without being stated. It changes the interaction by making you manage outcomes you never agreed to control. In practice, this means describing a problem while implying you are best placed to resolve it. The speaker benefits by stepping back while retaining influence. You will see this when someone highlights an issue and then waits for you to respond. When it is used on you, you feel pressure to act before questioning why it is yours. Influence becomes invisible when certainty is presented as normal behavior. This works because people copy what appears socially settled. The behavior is normalization, where control hides inside what seems standard. It shifts interactions by making alternatives feel unnecessary or strange. In practice, this means acting as if a rule, boundary, or outcome is already common practice. Others align automatically to avoid standing out or slowing things down. You will see this when someone treats a preference as policy without saying it is. When it is used on you, you follow before noticing you never chose to.